Okay, thank you for tuning into Stampscaping 101. These are a couple of the latest scenes that I've done, and I wanted to format these into cards. I like the kind of the fresh spring type of theme of them, and these little blossoms, and I thought they would be great Mother's Day cards if I formatted them. So simple double matting on these ones. I have so little pink, so I've kind of used up all my pink on these two cards right here. But sequential aesthetics, it's kind of working in the spirit of something kind of moving on as an illustrator. I just wanted to create kind of a situation where you're curious to know what's coming next, and that's kind of like a book format or something like that. So we have this theme of these blossoming trees, and I've kind of placed some of those blossom petals in the wind like that, as they're kind of moving that way. Just a little bit less of air over here, but I've kind of had it flowing, so what I've done is I've created this little, I don't know, free form kind of I don't know, the design element is, I think the concept is okay. The execution of it just now wasn't great, but what's fun is I have these little flower petals continuing down like this, and in the end right here, I continue down like this, and this is just gel pens. I've just kind of created these little petals here on the ground, like they're kind of descending. So first, second, third page, you can call it, because it is like turning a page. And in that same spirit, we have this kind of more downward motion right here of this one, with the petals kind of floating down in the breeze or whatever. And then we go like this, and we have those little flower petals continuing down like that. And then the last part is just a couple little design elements like that. Just, I don't know, a couple little stylized blossoms, spring blossoms there. So anyways, if you watch the video, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, sometimes people ask me what I do with my scenes after I stamp them out. I don't know, what do I do with them? And the answer is, just like most people that stamp, I mean, if we're going to do a finished piece, I don't frame it or something like that. I format them into cards, and I don't know, I'd say for 99% of the cards that I do, I do a double mat, and if I do like little tiny dots, I like to replicate kind of the width of that dot or mark in that inner mat. Okay, so I did this one in kind of a really thin pink right here. You can kind of see that. Just to kind of bring out those little tiny gel pen dots up here, and then I did the white around that because I usually do a kind of a darker card stock for the card portion. And I don't know, I'm kind of lazy, and when I found these packs of pre-folded cards from Kelly Paper, I buy those. There's not an unlimited range of colors that those come in. I usually get the ones that are on sale, so this one's just, I don't know, what is that? It's not cobalt blue, but I don't know, darker, value blue. And I thought that one looked pretty good with that. It would look good on black too, I thought, but I don't know, I thought the blue worked really good, even though this blue really can't be found in this scene. I thought it was fine. I thought it was kind of just a nice ground for this composition right here. I guess there is blue in here, but not that particular blue. But I don't know, we don't need to pull out colors out of the scene anyways. It could be just more of a, I don't know if I'd call it a neutral, but kind of. This one right here was pretty straightforward. I did the pink and that white. It's not really white, it's kind of an Aspire Metallics iridescent. I don't know if I can catch that. Yeah, it's a little bit, see that lighter tone there. It's a Metallics, and so is this one. I just think that Metallics, provides a nice kind of iridescence and sheen to that matting, especially considering there's you know, nothing really spectacular about the card here, so I feel it brings the attention to the piece here. And I don't know, there was kind of a, I don't know, I don't know if I'd call it a shimmer or something like that. Maybe not that, but it does have that kind of silvery look to this grayscale, and that matches it. And I don't know, just a little bit more excitement to that matting there than just a flat color. Not that a flat color wouldn't work, but if I had it, I wouldn't miss this metallic paper. But I have so much metallic paper, I really love it, and I thought it looked really good with this. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do here. This is, I really like formatting things into cards because I can carry some sort of element from these pieces into the interior, and it, I don't know, it kind of gives me an opportunity to, I don't know, exercise my kind of design what part of my brain or whatever, design schooling, whatnot. Okay, and what I thought, which would be really quite natural to do, is I would do these little cherry blossoms. One of them's supposed to be apple blossoms, one of them's cherry blossom, but the blossom portion is going to be somewhat the same. So anyways, I'm just adding these to this, and I'm trying to do it in somewhat of a kind of a graceful, kind of a floating S curve here. Let's do some that are a little bit bigger than others. Some are a little bit closer to us. Some a little bit farther away, maybe. Something like this, you know, get kind of bold. And I'm not taking the time to really, you know, I'm just making these kind of random little clusters like this. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can make some kind of smaller too. Alright, so there's nice clusters, and I don't know, if I really wanted to be kind of a little bit more creative, maybe I can do a free form, kind of those little swirly kind of elements, kind of, you know, indicative of maybe wind or something. Maybe I'll go. Something like this. Not great, but when it's not great, you say it has a certain charm to it. Okay, kind of trail them off a little bit. I don't know. It might have been better with just the blossoms. Who knows? Maybe on the next one I don't do that. I don't know. I kind of like it though. The other one, kind of the, you know, there's I don't know, when I'm stamping imagery like that, it's a little bit more exacting because I'm starting with a kind of a fixed image. So it's kind of nice just to, you know, just go free form on the interior here with these types of elements. And I don't know. I don't think about it too much. You know, once I kind of come up with a concept, which doesn't take too long, you know. I don't do cards, card format too often. I tend to consolidate and do everything all at once, so kind of a bunch of them. Yeah, maybe a couple of those little swirlies should have been in pink maybe too. I don't know. So anyways, I'm kind of adding a little bit of this pink to some of these blossoms. Maybe I'll just go, some of them will just be all pink maybe. Gonna have some kind of out of the way. Okay. And let's see. Okay. I'm trying to think of where do I want to write the. You can do the writing on these little swirls. Happy Mother's Day. Or do I just go Happy Mother? I think incorporating the text into Happy Mother's Day, like that. I don't know. Oh, we can see if we can get kind of creative with this. Happy Mothers something like that. Happy Mother's Day. I'll say that. There's a descending type of thing. I don't know. From a kind of emotional content, maybe not the best thing to have the kind of thing so it's like sloping and like going downhill, you know, or something like that. But it kind of fits with the thing. Maybe I should have done it more horizontal or something like that sort. All right, this is looking a little anemic to me. Let's do some of these larger elements in here. Okay. We'll do it amongst the wind, yeah, for these little petals and whatnot. That pink one that I was using too, it's a little bit too translucent. That was the shuttle art one, so going on black paper maybe not the best idea, so we'll just use the Uniball Signo pen. These little clusters, I don't know if that's, you know, really what the petal would, the petal would probably be just like a little, you know, singular petal, but I don't know, I think doing this little clustering types of groupings just helps from, you know, kind of a monotony standpoint. Plus, I don't want to do 1,000 little, you know, or even like 100 floating little petals in the air, I don't think. I guess I could, but I don't want to really do that, so I'm just doing these little clusters. Okay, so just kind of placing this pink in here. Looks a little bit better. It's not just completely absorbing. So that's the difference between like a, I don't know, what is it, like a $2 pen and a 10-cent pen, or whatever the Signo costs. It was something like that, but I couldn't really calculate it exactly because part of the expense was the refills that it came with. Okay, so that's kind of fun, right there. Yeah, kind of crazy, but maybe it looked better, kind of a little bit more minimal. Okay, this one, the petals are kind of floating down, so, And it's also a landscape format, so we'll have it kind of little petals floating down from kind of above, like so. Okay. Little petals falling down, like so. There's the white, enter the pink. This is supposed to be more of the apple one, so maybe I'll put a little pink onto these little dots on some of them. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Does it look like falling little petals in the wind to kind of reiterate those ones. Yeah, you have them kind of falling down like that in the scene. I just spray sealed these today too, so here I'll put a few more of these little dots, you know, like that, and then we open. You can barely see these ones falling down. They're very subtle. And then you open it up, and it's kind of a continuation of it, like that. And then let's see. Your mom. So there we have it. The interior, exterior. It's really fun. I really like getting these pieces completed and into card formats and doing these little elements like that. Those are really fun to do. And then, you know, like on a book, you can do kind of that end piece. Let's see. Let's do a little thing like little stylized blossom or something like this, maybe. Something like this. Okay. I do like little kind of sequential types of elements. And kind of working in threes is quite commonplace for that type of thing. So we have beginning, kind of middle, and end, kind of a conclusion like that, right? So keep it really simple on this one right here. Beginning, things are kind of floating that way, right? With these little petals, and then we continue on here, and they're flowing that way, like so. And then we can do the same type of thing down here. Black paper, these gel pens, of course, really stand out as kind of a little stylized element. Okay, something like that. We can make it look like... Actually, that looks kind of good too. I'll make it as though these are some petals that have kind of fallen onto the ground. So maybe the opening scene is, you know, the scene itself where you have a there, you know, the petals are in the wind here, and then, you know, kind of descending, falling to earth, and then in the back, here they are, kind of clustered on the ground like that, you know. Maybe you can do a couple kind of where they're kind of in the air here as well. Let's do that. They're kind of sloping down this way, coming off of that, like that, and falling down like that, so. So that little element there, it's kind of pink. So from here, it's like the test. You have to kind of look at it and see if it kind of you know, keeps your eye kind of moving in that direction. That. And here's this little thing like that. So here we go. Here, elements are kind of falling. Adding a few more here, maybe, where it becomes a little bit more apparent now that we know kind of the sequential kind of a theme of the card. You know, we knew it this as a scene, but now it's kind of in the card form, and it's part of a greater whole. Here, just like here, things are falling down, and then it's back right here. So I don't know. I don't think I'll do a little descending thing of it right here, although it wouldn't look bad. I think I just like that as a kind of an end type of format. So, all right. So, anyways, those are my cards, and one of these is going out in the mail, and I'll give this one right here to my wife, I think. Unless I come up with something else that I want to give her, a different card, but she likes pink, so I think that'll be the one. All right. Hope you enjoyed the card formatting. And I don't know. After I do stuff like this, anytime I start, I don't know, card formatting, or if I come up with a certain type of theme or something like that, I kind of become obsessed with it, and I want to keep doing that. I want to play around with that kind of blossom type of thing too, but now I feel like doing more cards, and especially these little kind of elements, this formatting of them. So, all right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.